Can you hear me, Gonzalo, Alejandro, and Rodrigo? Am I audible?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, great. Yeah. And we start with I think there was some homework I assigned you for today. Let's check. Today we are going to have another student with us called Gloria. Okay. Yes. How to make corrections. Let's see. Uh-oh. Okay, she's having a few problems with the link, I guess. Let me try again. Okay. Okay. So in this text that I shared with you yesterday, there are mistakes, of course, and you are going to correct them. So let's look at this. Hi, Paul. How are you? I'm very well. I came in Dublin 2 weeks ago, and it's highlighted here, underlined, and PREP, it means it's a preposition mistake. Now, what do you think? How would you correct it?
Came to Dublin.
I came to Dublin 2 weeks ago for to study. Grammar mistake. How do you correct this part?
To study.
To study at a language school, right? Uh, Rodrigo and Gonzalo would like your involvement as well. I want, yeah, word missing, lambda, a word missing.
I want to learn.
I want to learn.
Learn.
And English and P, punctuation problem. It should be
English flows with a capital letter.
a capital E, right? Because it's the name of a language. I want to learn English, capital E, because
It is.
it is a very important language. I am stay with an Irish family, grammar mistake.
I'm going to.
Staying.
I'm
Okay.
staying or I'm going to stay, but both are fine. I'm going to stay with an Irish family. I'm staying with an Irish family. Okay. However, the person is now in Dublin, so I'm staying sounds better, right? The person is in
Yeah.
Dublin already, so the person is staying with an Irish family. This sounds better. They've got
Two
two
sons.
and
A
a
daughter.
daughter. The
Daughter.
spelling, everybody, right? Daughter. How great it would be if English had such simple spelling, daughter. Mr. Kendall is
A teacher
A teacher.
our teacher, and Mrs. Kendall.
works.
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 Okay, a teacher sounds better now. Mr. Kendall is a teacher, and Mrs. Kendall works in a hospital because we are giving information about Mr. and Mrs. Kendall. Mr. Kendall is a teacher, and Mrs. Kendall works in a hospital. I'm so sorry. Uh, okay. Why is it happening? You know, Gloria wants to come into the class and she's unable to. Have you restarted? Right, yeah. Hmm. Okay. In a hospital. Next. The Irish is very friendly.
Are.
Grammar. Yes, exactly. The Irish are. Okay. Here, the Irish refers to the whole group, so the plural. Okay. The Irish are very friendly. Gloria is here. Hey, Gloria. Welcome to the class.
Hi,
How are you doing?
I am fine. I am so excited um to be in the class.
Oh, that's lovely, Gloria. That's lovely. Uh, Coincidentally, everybody here is from Peru originally. Gonzalo and Rodrigo are right now in Lima, and Alejandro is in Canada. He's originally from Peru too. So, Gloria, where do you live in Peru?
Yes, actually, I Mika Gonzalo and Rodrigo.
You know them?
Yes.
Oh, interesting. Alejandro, do you know Gloria? Gonzalo, do you know Gloria?
Well, it's
Yes, yes,
my
yes.
second name, Fiorella.
Okay, Fiorella.
Yes.
But do you guys recognize who she is? Gonzalo, Alejandro?
Yes, teacher. I
Yes,
know
teacher.
her.
No.
Okay, okay, interesting. Okay, so it's like a family, studying together here. Okay, people know each other. That's good. So, Gloria, tell us a bit about yourself.
Well, my English is not good, but I start to present me. My name is Gloria Fiorella. Actually, my friends say for the second name. I live in Lima, Peru. Uh, I I am a professional designer. UI UX is my specialty. And now I work in a bank.
Okay.
Uh, well, about my hobbies, I like to travel, to running, trekking, or hiking in the mountain. I like to visit different places. I like to travel to different countries.
Oh,
Uh, yes,
go on, go on, go on. Which countries have you been to so far?
yes.
Which countries have you been to?
Ah, for example, I visited Brazil. I visited Ecuador.
Uh-huh.
Um, the last year, with Rodrigo and Gonzalo traveled to Argentina.
Yes.
Um, and other country, I don't remember the name.
Okay, lovely, lovely. I'm so excited to have you, Gloria, here. And Gonzalo and Rodrigo, you guys traveled together to Argentina last year.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, teacher.
Okay, so she's a close family relative or just a friend?
Yes, yes.
Now it's
Uh,
well, yes. Is my cousin for my boyfriend.
Okay, okay, got it. Okay, got it. That's an exciting relationship. In India, when we speak Hindi, all these relationships have a unique name. So Gonzalo and Rodrigo are your boyfriend's cousins, And I know there isn't a word in English to refer to this relationship. The same term, brother in law, will be enough. But in our language, we have a special name for this relationship. How about Spanish? Do you have a
Yes, in
special?
Spanish it's the same.
You have a special name or just brother in law?
Yes, yes.
What is it
In
called?
our
This
case, I called but oh no, sorry, no, we don't have a special name for that.
this relationship. Well, in India, Rodrigo and Gonzalo, you guys will call Gloria Bhabhi, okay, which is sister-in-law, your brother's girlfriend or wife, and your cousin's girlfriend or wife. And Gonzalo and Rodrigo will be Gloria's. They were very interesting, but again, pretty much Indian. I know when I was a learner of Hindi initially, I was looking for all these words in English, right? When I was learning English initially, I didn't know that English language doesn't have so many relationship words. So it's good to have you, Gloria, here, and I'm glad that you guys know each other so very well. It's going to be easy for you. Okay, so let's continue with what we are doing here. And I also realized, Gloria, that your English is definitely at a good level where you can manage in this class. It's not going to be too difficult for you.
Okay.
Yeah. And here we are correcting this text. We have a text in English. Somebody has written an email or something. There are a few mistakes, and those mistakes are different kinds of mistakes. We are putting a label to the type of mistakes we see. For example, some mistakes are called preposition mistakes because we use the wrong prepositions. English prepositions are funny. You have to learn them. Then sometimes we get the punctuation wrong. So, sometimes we get the tense wrong. Sometimes the word order is also wrong. We don't get the word order right. Sometimes we drop a word when we should use a word, okay? So a word missing. Sometimes wrong words are used, and sometimes we have spelling mistakes too. So take a look here. The mistakes have been highlighted. We are going to correct them. So, guys, let Gloria also join us and let's see how she corrects these mistakes. Okay. The Irish are very friendly, but they speak very quickly. I go to class in the morning. My teacher's name, now you see letter P, which means it's a punctuation mistake. So, how do you correct this
Apostrophe.
mistake?
The
Apostrophe.
apostrophe.
The apostrophe.
Apostrophe, exactly. You need to insert an apostrophe here between R and S. My teacher's name is Anne. She said me that my English is okay. WW, wrong word. What is the wrong word here? She
Told.
said
Told me.
Told.
She told me.
exactly. She told me that my English is okay. She said me is bad. She told me is good. She told me that my English is okay, but I do a lot of mistakes. Wrong word
I
again, Gloria.
make.
Make.
Make a lot
Make.
of mistakes.
Yeah, that's right. Gloria, do you see the problems? Can you correct them? Do you think which word should replace do because it is the WW wrong word here? Do is the wrong word.
Mm. Yes, but I try to retell the center, but
Huh?
sorry, I don't know what is the correct answer.
I make a lot of mistakes, Gloria. I make a lot of mistakes. In English, we don't do mistakes, we make mistakes in English, okay? So the right collocation is I make a lot of mistakes.
Okay.
Take your time, Gloria. No problems. It's your first day. Okay. And don't give us too much homework. That's grammar.
Doesn't.
Doesn't.
Doesn't give us too much homework. So in the afternoons, I go often sightseeing.
I often go.
Often
Often
go.
go.
I often go sightseeing. Dublin is much more big than my town. More big. Grammar mistake.
Very, no,
Much bigger.
much
Much
bigger.
and
Big.
bigger. The comparative of big is bigger, right?
Yeah.
More is used with multi-syllable words. Big is a single syllable, adjective. So no need to use more bigs. Just bigger is enough. Dublin is much bigger than my town. I like very much painting. Word order.
Painting very much.
I like painting
Painting.
very much. You need to put the object first. I like what? Painting. I like painting very much. This is how English works. You have a verb, you ask what? Like what? I like painting. Like who? I like him. And you put the object first and then the other things. I like very much painting is wrong. I like painting very much. And I'm very interesting for modern art. Wrong grammar. I'm very
Interesting
interested. I'm
Interested
very
Interested
interested
in.
in modern
in
art.
in
Okay. I'm very
modern.
interested in modern art. So I visit galleries and museums. I met a girl called Martina. I've met a girl called Martina. He is giving you news, okay? Whenever we want to give news, we prefer the present perfect, okay? If you are telling somebody something, some news about yourself, about something, prefer the present perfect. I met a girl called Martina. She came from Spain. Tense mistake.
Comes from.
She
She
comes
comes
from
from.
Spain. It's a
from
fact, okay? She comes from Spain. She is a Spanish. She comes from Spain and goes to Trinity College. Last night, we go to the cinema. Easy.
When
went
We went to the
Went.
cinema. But the time, but the film wasn't very exciting. Spelling.
Exciting with C.
Yeah, with the a C is missing here. Exciting is written with a C. All right. WW, do you like to visit me? Wrong word.
Would.
would you like?
Would you like to visit me? Okay, would you like to visit me? Why don't you come for a weekend? I'd love to see you. Email or text me soon. Love, Cynthia. And this shows hugs, right? Cross means hugs, okay? Yes. uh, Postscript. Normally, what happens when you have finished a letter or an email and you want to add something that you forgot to mention, then you can add it even after you have finished the letter or the email by writing PS, which stands for postscript. Means after writing. Literally, it means after writing. Okay, postscript. PS. The photos are of Martina and me and my favorite street in Dublin. Okay. Looks beautiful. Those places which are cold are less dusty, and that's why less, dirty. You won't find many such streets in India for the obvious reason because India is not such a cold place. India is a hot country, and when you have hot places, there is more dust there, and you don't see that kind of cleanliness. This kind of cleanliness really, really attracts us all here. But I know it's not possible unless we have a lot of trees in the streets everywhere. Hey, Pankuri,
Good
welcome.
morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir, if it's okay if I keep my camera
Yeah,
off
yeah,
for
sure,
today.
sure. I understand. Sometimes, yeah, totally fine. Today,
Thanks.
everybody is off camera, by the way, except for Alejandro. Okay. So we have a new, student with us, Gloria, and coincidentally, Gloria is also a familiar person to Gonzalo and Rodrigo. They know her. Even Alejandro, you said you don't know her,
No, teacher, I don't know her.
but Gloria knows you.
I don't think so.
Gloria, do you know Alejandro?
No.
Oh, okay. Okay. I thought you said you know him as well. Okay. Interestingly, Pankuri, Gonzalo and Rodrigo are Gloria's, fiance, sorry, boyfriend's cousins.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. They don't have a name to this relationship in Spanish. Oh, of course, there isn't a word for it in English either.
Yeah.
But I was just thinking, this is an interesting relationship in India. If
Yeah.
they were Indians, they would call Gloria Bhabhi, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, Gonzalo, for being on camera. I like it. Okay. So we are moving on now. Oh, we have some more things to do here. Oh, easy questions. Where is Cynthia? And where is she staying?
India is in Dublin, staying with an Irish family.
Exactly. Why is she there? Why is she there, people?
To
She's there
improve
to
her.
study at a language school because
Right.
English is very
To,
important.
to learn English, right. What does she do in the morning?
She
She goes
goes
to
to
class.
class
Yes.
in the morning.
Yes. She has classes, English classes in the morning. And number 4, what does she do in her free time?
She often goes sightseeing,
Right.
visits galleries and museums, something.
Great. And who has she met?
She has met a girl called
Girl called
Martina
Martina, yeah.
from
Yes.
Spain.
Who has she met? Now, this is news. Just wanted to tell you, Pankari, this sentence, I met a girl called Martina. She is sharing some news, right? Something that, uh, what is it? Paul doesn't know. Cynthia is sharing some news. So usually you use the present perfect to tell somebody your news or some news, okay? Remember this. And I would like to talk to Gloria a little bit. Gloria, when I listened to your introduction, um, I know you live in Peru, so you'll be influenced by American English, and American English is slightly different from the British English. Um, but when it comes to standard, form of English, American English and British English are not very different in terms of grammar. But colloquially, American English grammar just is a little easy, I would say. Why? When I asked you about which countries have you been to, okay? Notice how I'm forming my sentence, which tense I'm using here. Which countries have you been to? Okay? So, because I'm talking about your experiences here, you should also answer this question in the present perfect. I've been to this country, I've been to Ecuador, I've been to Brazil, and last year I went to Argentina with Gonzalo and Rodrigo. Okay, so why last year past tense? Because last year is a past time, definite time in the past. So last year you went to Argentina, fine. But when you say I've been to, then I have been to is the present perfect, and you just mention the name. I've been to Brazil, I've been to Ecuador. Yes, Pankari, do you have a point? Do you have a question to ask?
Sure.
No. Okay, Gloria. So whenever people ask you about your experiences, Gloria, okay, then try and use the present perfect tense. Okay, let me give you an example. Have you been to any Asian countries or European countries, Gloria?
I I haven't. No.
Yeah, that's right. Not yet. No, I haven't. Not yet. Good. That's right. That's right. Okay. Mm. Okay. Number 4, everybody. Imagine that you're a student in another town. Answer the questions in exercise 3 about you. Okay. So you are going to imagine that you are a student in another town. Um, uh, Alejandro doesn't need to imagine it. He is in another town now. It's another thing that he's going to call it home in a way because he doesn't plan to leave that place. But you guys are all going to imagine that you are in another town and you have to write a similar email to an English friend. Okay? Maybe you have an English friend, and if you don't, then just imagine that you have one, okay? And write this email to an imaginary English friend, okay? Everybody will do this, okay? This
Okay, sir.
why are we asking you to do this? Because why do we need to do this? Because again, when we write, there will be some mistakes, right? And we are going to highlight those mistakes, point out those mistakes, and then first of all, we are going to level them. What kind of mistake they can be called? When you give different categories, different levels to the mistakes, it becomes kind of easier to pay attention to them and correct them. Here in our town, Pankuri, everybody considers all mistakes just grammar mistakes, right? Everything is a grammatical mistake, but it's not really true, okay? Some mistakes are simply the wrong word order. If we just think of it as a wrong word order, it's easier to correct those. For example, Pankuri, tell me, I go often sightseeing. Did you notice?
I uh friends.
I go often sightseeing.
I go to
I often go wrong. This because it is word order.
okay,
The word order is wrong. Go should not be here. Often should not be here. It should be the other way around. I often go sightseeing. Okay.
okay,
Go sightseeing means to go to a place where you have some, like, for example, people come to India, they go to see the Taj Mahal, they go to see some famous places. That's called to go sightseeing. Okay.
site.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we are going to start just a job question mark. Just a job. Sometimes people say, come on, it's just a job. Is it just a job? Okay. We are going to start this today in the absence. We don't have Kushi and Noelia with us, but I hope it's all right. Choose a job you love and you will never have to work a day in your life. Who said this? Confucius. Now, guys, read this. Choose a job you love and you will never have to work a day in your life. Okay. Look at the photo. What is the man's job? Do you think he enjoys it? Okay, look at this person. What do you think his job is? This is a harness he's attached to for safety, right? And he's doing what? He's a window cleaner
Cleaning the
at
glass.
35th floor of the Shard. 35th floor. He's nearly 100 120 meters up in the air, right, guys? A lot. I
Yeah.
mean, if I'm hanging like this there, my whole body will be trembling. I don't think I can really do it. I have such a bad fear of height. I don't know. This is my guess that is how I'm gonna react. Even when I'm standing on the third or fourth floor of a building, and I look down, my whole body starts to feel a shiver. When there is a boundary wall or something, I hold on to it tight. Only then I kind of feel okay. I cannot look down from a building which is like 3 or 4 floors high. I have such a bad fear of, height.
Yeah.
What about you guys? Do you also have a fear
Whenever
of height?
whenever I watch videos about like um people from a high level of height, it's yeah, it's I get nervous. Even though it's not the person, like I am not the person who is in that video, and yeah, and just imagine that I don't even know like
Wow,
what level of
Alejandro.
nervousness I will get if I get in that situation.
Right. You too have a very, very big fear of heights. Okay.
I
Gonzalo,
don't.
Gonzalo, Pancuri doesn't. Okay. Gonzalo, Gloria, Rodrigo, do you have a fear of heights? Have you ever found out?
I don't, and maybe someday I would love to try scuba diving.
Oh my goodness. These are the things I cannot even think of doing. Scuba diving is when you go under the water.
Sorry,
Ha-
sir.
Bungee jumping, you meant?
No, no, it's uh,
I think it's called bungee jumping, where you're tied to a rope and you jump off a height and you go
no,
down.
it's not bungee jumping really. It's when you're with person and you skydiving. Skydiving.
Skydiving.
I'm
Got
sorry.
it.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Skydiving. Okay. Paragliding and stuff like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Rodrigo, Gloria, Gonzalo, how about you?
In my case, the truth is that I'm not afraid of heights. In fact, one day, I would like to go skydiving.
Okay, skydiving. Oh, the ultimate sport. Okay. Height, Gonzalo, height. Clearly, the spelling has an E, but that E doesn't count. Okay. So the
Okay.
pronunciation is
Okay.
height.
Okay.
Okay. Gloria, Rodrigo.
In my case, for me, I don't have fear because I climb the mountain and it's sometimes similar.
You have
I
climbed
heard
a mountain, Gloria. Wow. Okay. Gloria has climbed a mountain.
I like adventure.
You like adventure.
Yeah.
Amazing. Rodrigo.
In my case, I wouldn't be afraid of climbing because I'm not afraid of heights, I think, and it looks very interesting.
Okay. Lovely. So it's just me and Alejandro. By the way, when you look at this guy, what do you realize? Do you think he likes this job? Do you think he enjoys this job?
It doesn't seem like he's enjoying his job.
Oh, why don't you think? Oh, he is not. Why
So
do you think he's
just
not enjoying
look
it?
at his expression and his eyes, like just by facial expression, I guess.
Uh-huh. Okay. Other people, what's your take? Do you think this person enjoys his job?
I think he does because if he's doing it, it's because I don't think it's because he's like someone is enforcing him to do it
Exactly.
to do so.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I kind of agree with Alejandro's, point of view that you cannot be forced to do a job like this. No way. You will only choose a job like this if you like it. There are certain jobs nobody can make you do. It is one of those, a window cleaner at such a height. Oh, do you think, Pankri, you can be convinced to do this job for the sake of money if you don't like being that high? If you don't enjoy being up in the air like this, hanging?
I
It gives
mean,
it gives a thrill.
yeah, but like if you really need money and it is providing a huge chunk of amount, so why not?
Okay. All right. Hmm. A chunk is, Pankri, a term people use when it is broken away from something. Okay. So normally, for example, there is somehow we do a business together and we earn, let's say, 1,000 pounds, and I take 500 of them, okay, of the
Okay.
total money. Then you will say, I took a huge chunk because it is a big part of the whole, right? So chunk word refers to a part of something big. Understand? So he earns a huge chunk of money is not okay here because we are not talking about a
Yeah.
big, total amount and a part
Yes.
of it. So he earns a huge salary. Maybe he earns a lot of money in this. Maybe a chunk is always a part. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Uh, keep going. The people, what do you think, Gonzalo? Do you think he enjoys it, this job?
I think his expression seems to say, "Oh, another day on this job."
I like the way you imagine things. Gloria, when you look at this guy, what's the impression you get? Do you think he likes this job?
Mm, yes, I don't know. Maybe he wins a lot of money because it's a dangerous job.
It is.
Yes, I imagine the wine and I don't know, viento, but wind.
I'm not getting the last part.
Um,
Did
I
you
don't
st-
know.
did you speak English or did you use any Spanish word?
Yes, I just maybe some of the how do you say viento, viento
Wind,
fuerte.
wind. Wind, a
I
hard wind.
hard.
The best thing is you have somebody who some people here who speak Spanish, so they can easily help you. So, Gonzalo, could you tell me what she said, Gloria?
Just because she thinks that there is a lot of winds.
Right. High winds, very high winds, no doubt. And it can be difficult again. But like I said, this is a job you would clearly say no to, like somebody like me. I don't know. Maybe I'll say, okay, one day first. Okay, I would like to give it a try one day. If it is my first day, I can be nervous, I can be sad, whatever, okay, afraid. But if I'm not enjoying it, I'm not going to be there the second time, the second day. No way. So I think anybody who says yes to this kind of job, either they're really, really desperate, as Pankuri and Gloria are saying, really desperate to have money, okay? Or otherwise, they'll do it because they just love to be up in the air hanging like this. It's a different kind of thrill to feel like a bird, to have a bird eye view from such a height. It's an amazing feeling.
Yeah,
Rodrigo.
like
Yes, Pankuri.
yeah, like he enjoys doing this job, but as Gonzalo said, that another day, another job. So it's like even like I think even if you're making your passion as your career, you will get tired of it after a period of time.
Oh, yeah, yeah. That's a different. We are coming to that topic. We are coming
Uh,
to that topic for sure.
yeah.
Basically, we are asking whether he likes this job or not. So there are certain jobs people will not do if they don't enjoy them. It is one of those, in my opinion. You have to be really desperate. You have to be,
Mhm.
in a really bad situation to say yes to a job like this when you don't want to do it. You know what I mean? It's like, looking after a lion in a circus or something. You do it because you have a love for the animals. You like being with
Yeah.
those things. Otherwise, I don't know how can one be cajoled or convinced, to do a job like that. I don't really understand that. Rodrigo, what do you think? What's your opinion?
Sorry, teacher, can you repeat the question?
The
I'm
question is,
confused.
do you think this guy likes this job he's doing?
Okay. Yes, it seems that he enjoys doing that and seems to be good at his job.
Okay. The last part of this question is, would you like to do it, guys? Anybody here would like to give it a try?
Maybe I would.
Yes.
Yes, maybe.
One day.
Yes. Gloria too said she would like to do it maybe one day.
Not even having the appropriate security equipment, I would do it. Like it would feel like the worst experience of my life.
Yes, I can understand, Alejandro. That's where I am slightly different. Okay. If I am given this confidence that I'm fully secure and nothing is going to happen to me, if I have got that double harness, maybe when one doesn't work, the other will take care of me, or maybe a triple harness, okay, the third layer of security. Maybe I would like to go up there just to see how it feels, okay? And I know I'm not gonna be very happy or very enjoy that experience a lot, but who knows? I like challenging my fears. When I was a teenager, I didn't like going up on that big wheel, you know. Um, but now I'm comfortable with that because one day I challenged myself and I somehow convinced myself, mustered all my courage, and got on that wheel. And it was horrible initially, but somehow I found a way to feel comfortable, enjoy it, and now I'm not really afraid, you know. So I have a big fear of height, but I like challenging it as well. So I would definitely give it a try at least once, you know. Maybe, who knows? I might overcome that fear as well someday. So, yeah, I would like to give it a try. I would like to challenge my fear. Now, read the quote. Is this true for you or anyone you know? Haha. Choose a job you love and you will never have to work a day in your life. What do you guys say?
For me, it means that if you pursue a career or a job that you love or passionate about, truly enjoy it, it won't feel like work. Instead, it will feel rewarding. Rewarding. Yeah.
Yes, rewarding and fun. It will be more like, just having some fun time.
Like I said, even if you make your career, like even if you make your passion as your career, there will be some days when you really don't feel like working at all, don't feel like doing anything, but still you have to. So I think, yeah, yeah, choosing it, like choosing the thing you love to do, you will gonna enjoy for sure. But obviously, there are some bad days, of course. And as the question says, you know someone. So I think so. You are the perfect example for it. You like love your career, like if English is your passion. Once you said you're a teacher by vocation, so, but like even after all this thing, there will be some days in your life that you don't feel like teaching anyone, but still you do because it's your job, and for the sake of your job, still you do. So I think,
Yes,
yeah.
Pankaj. Yeah, that I agree with. Actually, I totally think like that, you know. But Rodrigo, Gloria, Alejandro, what do you think of this quote? Choose a job you love and you will never have to work a day in your life.
Uh,
Mm.
I think that if you love doing something and you are passionate about it, then find your calling and don't see it as a job.
Find your calling. That's a lovely expression, Rodrigo. If you find your calling, lovely. Okay. Something that you think you were born to do, find your calling. Okay. Lovely. Okay. Gloria.
Okay. In my case, maybe if you always have to work for your dream, for example, when you have to work, you will not have problem to maybe to any problem to resolve uh, with your team, or maybe you have any meeting with your team and you resolve all kind of situation.
Right. Alejandro.
Then I think that that quote is totally true because I know that tough days, tough days are part of your work, of your job, but at the same time, if things weren't difficult in life, if we didn't make mistakes in our life wouldn't make sense. Like because we actually choose a job, we actually live mainly because we make mistakes in our life and we want to correct them because we are not perfect, but we're choosing something that we think that we are passionate for, but but probably there will be some topics or some days that we will not be in that mood that we
Yes.
actually want. But that
Yes.
actually doesn't mean that we don't like doing our job.
Yes. Okay, lovely,
And yeah,
Alejandro. Yeah, you know what? When I listened to Alejandro, I suddenly thought I can compare it. I can draw a parallel. Nice expression. Draw a parallel, okay, to talk about the similarities between being in a relationship and having a job. Let me try, okay? See, you want to have a person in your life who you love. It doesn't guarantee that you will not fight, but it will make the makeup worth it. What happens when you love somebody? Of course you still have fights, you still have disagreements in a relationship, but then you have the motivation to go and correct it. But when you are not in love with the person you are with, in a relationship, it doesn't make sense. So even though you choose your passion as your job, you're going to have days when you will not feel like really doing anything. It is true, but it is better than having a job which you don't like. It becomes a torture. I would like to take examples of professional players. They always had this dream to represent their country, to play for a certain club, right? They grew up with that dream and they finally have it. Still, there are days when they don't want to play, they want to spend time with their family because work has some inherent, stress in it. The moment anything you do, okay, it brings certain challenges, and sometimes there are days when you don't feel like doing it. It is true, no matter how fun your job is. Okay, there are times when you want to just stay at home and relax, maybe be with your family. So Confucius, we agree with what he says, but partially we understand that work is work after all, as Pankuri was saying. No matter how much you love your work, there are days when you want to just stay away from work. You never want to stay away from fun, okay? So some people say, don't make your girlfriend your wife. That is, I know, sounds silly, okay, but in India, some people say that as a joke, okay? They say, don't marry your girlfriend because the romantic feeling that you have for her will disappear when you have to live with her and she will no longer be your girlfriend, okay? So if you want that romantic feeling to last forever, then just don't get married to your girlfriend. Now this is a joke, of course, okay, not take it seriously. Some people say don't make your passion, your hobbies, your job, because again you might lose that interest slowly because it becomes your work. Okay, so that's the parallel I was trying to draw, that's the similarity I was trying to highlight here. So I guess most of us agree that we should definitely choose a job that we enjoy, that we love. But it doesn't mean we won't have to work. Work has its own inherent, stress and pressure that comes with work. So no matter what you do, okay, there are days when you will feel like not having to going to work. That you will feel like staying at home and stuff. Okay. So I guess we're done with this, and we will move on to grammar section, state and activity verbs. Okay, there are two types of verbs in English. Okay, verbs like have, I have a cat. Have is a verb. And verbs like eats, I eat pasta for breakfast. I eat pasta for dinner. Eat is an activity verb. Have is a state verb. I would like to give another example. I like pasta, okay? And I cook pasta for dinner. So, like is a state verb and cook is an activity verb. If you understand this idea from the two examples I gave, state and activity verbs, we are going to talk about them a little more. How do you begin your day? What's your early morning routine? Tell the class. Everybody, you're going to tell us how you begin your day and about your morning routine. So, who would like to go first? Alejandro, would you like to tell us how your day starts in Canada?
usually I wake up at 6 a.m. to make my breakfast. Um, Especially, well, yeah, because yeah, I have to take my bus at 7:20 a.m. and yep, I have to make my breakfast and usually I take a shower. Then I take a shower and then After I take a shower, I just review some notes from yesterday from my classes, and then I just take my breakfast. I just literally just drink milk, and after that I just take the bus and go to school.
Okay.
That's basically my daily routine from Monday to Friday.
Yeah, because your school starts early. You have to catch your bus at 7:20. You don't have much time to do
Yes.
many things. So basically, you make your own breakfast, you said.
Yeah, for school.
Yeah.
But my mother wakes up to make to make the milk, and also my sisters, my two sisters breakfast
So
also.
basically, you were saying that you cook something to take in your lunch box for at school, right? Okay, got
Yes,
it, got it, got
for
it.
my school lunch. Yeah.
Yeah, got it. Okay. Mm. Next person, Gonzalo. What about you? What's your early morning routine?
Sir, give me a sec, please.
Yeah, sure. No problems. Then I'll go to Pankuri.
Sir, I start my day with a warm cup of water.
Hmm.
Then I join your class, of course. But yeah, before this, I sit with my laptop and my notes. Like I study for a few hours. Then I go on my rooftop to have a walk. Then yeah, I come downstairs and help my mom with the chores and everyday chores. Yeah. Then I do some yoga and stretching while having some warm water again with some lemon juice. And yeah, after I have my shower and then breakfast.
Okay,
This is my usual routine.
great. Rodrigo.
Uh, sorry. Normally when I went to school, uh, I wake I woke up at 6 a.m. I think. Then I had breakfast and then I went to school and I returned home at 4 p.m. To do my homework. Then I took a shower and I slept at 11 or 12 p.m.
So, Rodrigo, you don't go to school anymore.
No,
Got it. Got it. Gloria.
Well, I get up very early, 5 a.m., and then I have a breakfast. I start getting my things ready to go to work. Um, I work a lot during the day, having meetings, or maybe I with my teams, and then I have lunch. Then I work all the day. After that, I have my dinner. And finally, I work on my personal project, and now I'm here.
Great. Well, by the way, Rodrigo and Gloria, both of you mentioned more than your morning routine. Did you notice that? What's your early morning routine? And you guys told us about your whole day. I'm glad to know that. Okay. But again, the topic was your early morning routine,
yes,
right?
I confused with a daily routine.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, happens. Just wanted to highlight that. After all, it is a language class, so I had to, give you that feedback. Yeah,
Okay.
Gonzalo.
Okay. First, I wake up at 9 a.m. Uh, stretch to relax my body. Then I take a bath. After I have breakfast to start doing my house chores. This is an example of my current routine since I finished the school year.
Okay,
Uh,
nice. Hmm. Everyone, early morning routine. Yeah, it's an important thing. If you've got a good early morning routine, it just sets you right for the whole day, isn't it? And some people, they just waste a lot of their time in the morning, most of their morning time, and they are not very productive. So, whether you're a student, you're a singer, you're a teacher, whatever you do, your morning time really matters so much. If you're productive in the morning, if you make good use of your morning time, I think you are going to have a good, productive day. Great. Now, number two, listen to a song called 9 to 5 and answer the questions. Guys, you're going to listen to a song, and the song is called 9 to 5. Let's listen to it. 3.1.
I tumble out of bed and I stumble to the kitchen. I up with ambition, I yawn and I stretch and I try to come to life. Then I jump in the shower and the blood starts pumping. Out on the streets, the traffic starts jumping with folks like me on the job from 9 to 5. Working 9 to 5. What a way to make a living. Barely getting by. It's all taking and no giving. They just use your mind, but they never give you credit. It's enough to drive you crazy if you let it. 9 to 5 for service and devotion. You would think that I would deserve a fair promotion. I want to move ahead, but the boss won't seem to let me. I swear sometimes that man is out to get me. They let you dream just to watch them shatter. You're just a step on the boss man's ladder, but you got dreams he'll never take away. And you're in the same boat with a lot of your friends, waiting for the day your ship will come in and the tide's gonna turn and it's all gonna roll your way. I just know it. Working 9 to 5. What a way to make a living. Barely getting by. It's all taking and no giving. They just use your mind, but they never give you credit. It's enough to drive you crazy if you let it. 9 to 5. They've got you where they want you. There's a better life, and you think about it, don't you? It's a rich man's game, and I don't care what they call it. And you spend your life putting money in his wallet. Working 9 to 5. What a way to make a living. Barely getting by. It's all taking and no giving. They just use your mind, but they never give you credit. It's enough to drive you crazy if you let it.
Gloria, did you relate to that song? You work 9 to 5 as well in an office?
3.1.
Do you have the same feelings or differently? You feel
There are,
differently? Yeah.
in my case, there are a good days, there are a happy days, there are stressful days, and there are okay, is I don't know how do you express the feelings of the day.
Yeah, I can understand. I also have those days at work sometimes. Some days you feel like just aborting the day but the moment you
Yes,
start.
or maybe you can feel to run
Yeah,
to your home.
yes, exactly. So, how does the singer begin her day? What did you hear in the song? Go ahead, people. How does the singer begin her day? Did you listen to the first part of the song?
So can I listen to it one more time?
Sure, sure. No issues. Let's listen to it one more time.
stretching. I pour myself a cup of ambition. I yawn and I stretch and I try to come to life. Then I jump in the shower and the blood starts pumping. Out on the streets, the traffic starts jumping with folks like me on the job from 9 to 5. Working 9 to 5. What a way to make a living. Barely getting by. It's all taking and no giving. They just use your mind, but they never give you credit. It's enough to drive you crazy if you let it. 9 to 5 for service and devotion. You would think that I would deserve a fair promotion. I want to move ahead, but the boss won't seem to let me. I swear sometimes that man is out to get me. They let you dream just to watch them shatter. You're just a step on the boss man's ladder, but you got dreams he'll never take away. And you're in the same boat with a lot of your friends, waiting for the day your ship will come in and the tide's gonna turn and it's all gonna roll your way. I just know it. Working 9 to 5. What a way to make a living. Barely getting by. It's all taking and no giving. They just use your mind, but they never give you credit. It's enough to drive you crazy if you let it. 9 to 5. They've got you where they want you. There's a better life, and you think about it, don't you? It's a rich man's game, and I don't care what they call it. And you spend your life putting money in his wallet. Working 9 to 5. What a way to make a living. Barely getting by. It's all taking and no giving. They just use your mind, but they never give you credit. It's enough to drive you crazy if you let it.
If you let it. You need to be strong. Here are the lyrics, guys. I found the lyrics for you. Tumble out of bed.
3.1.
She tumbles out of bed and stumbles to the kitchen. So when she wakes up, she's not fully awake, right? It means she doesn't get a very good sleep. She doesn't want to wake up. The first line sets the mood. See? Tumbles out of bed and I stumble to the kitchen. So when you stumble, you are not really walking very confidently. You're bumping into things, So, of course, tumble out of bed and stumble to the kitchen. Pour myself a cup of ambition. See this? Pour myself a cup of ambition. Figurative, right? It means she drinks something just to feel motivated that, yes, I have to do something today. Yawn and a stretch and a try to come to life. Okay, finally wakes up after drinking a cup of coffee or a cup of tea or something, which she calls ambition here. Jump in the shower and the blood starts pumping. Out on the street, the traffic starts jumping with folks like me on the job from 9 to 5. So clearly, she said that she doesn't like this job very much here. Working 9 to 5, what a way to make a living, barely getting by. There are lots of nice phrases, barely getting by. Get by means, you understand, to manage, okay? Barely getting by. Somehow managing. The money that she earns is barely enough, for her, expenses and for her to pay her bills. It's all talking and taking, no giving. How does she explain it? That the job is all taking and no giving. She has to make effort. She does a lot of things, but she doesn't get rewarded. She doesn't feel like it's a good job for her. They just use your mind and they never give you credit. Now, this is something a lot of people complain about in a 9 to 5 office job. Can you guess what her job might be, guys, when she's saying all these things? There are a lot of yeah,
The
yeah,
corporate jobs.
exactly. Where, they actually use your ideas and your boss gets the credit. Okay, think about it. This is a serious topic. Uh, the Google CEO or any big company CEO, their salary is in it's crazy amounts of money, really, really big. Other people who work under them don't get the same kind of salary. Why? What does this person do? Does he bring such great ideas with them? Why do they deserve such a big rate? Such a big salary? What justifies this? So it is just the team that works. Gloria is in that kind of job. She will add more. It's the whole team that works. But somehow the credit goes to the boss. And the amount of salary the CEOs are getting, in modern times today is just senseless. There are lots of articles, there are lots of opinions on this. A lot of people are absolutely critical of it. They think their salaries should be sliced, and other people who work under them, their salaries should be hiked. Gloria, go ahead. You are the one with the job, so you can share more here.
Well, in Peru, actually, it's not very common, but there are a lot of work there are one person to um I don't know, send the important idea of the team and present with owner. All the team, I don't know how do you say in a happy word, the I don't know, but it's very common in job. Or maybe the team present reports to justify. I don't know how do you say that phrase, but it's my idea.
Gonzalo and Rodrigo, feel free
Uh,
to come to Gloria's
I
help whenever she needs, because she needs to take her English higher. She's not there, but she can manage. Yes, Pankuri?
So I think, yeah, I agree with what you said, but also, uh, yeah, of course, it's the teamwork. They work all together, then a company makes progress. But also, they're the leader of that team. So if something will happen tomorrow with the company, so they will take the whole responsibility or the accountability, the leader,
What does that
not.
mean? What does that mean?
Uh,
How many, do you know any CEOs who have been kind of ditched for life, like they will never have another job or something like that? They sometimes they fail, they fail to bring the results they were expected to. They leave that company and move on to another company, okay,
yeah.
with a bigger salary.
Yeah, they do. But here, what I'm saying that if something will happen, it's not the team that they will accountable
No,
for.
no,
It
no, no, no.
would be the leader.
A lot of people get sacked. A lot of people get sacked. Sometimes what happens when a project fails, when the company fails to achieve its targets, a lot of people get the punishment. They lose their jobs and all. It's not just the CEO. No, there's no justifying it. Pankuri, read about it. Honestly, yes, in a cricket
Okay.
team, you could say, oh, the captain gets the credit, the captain gets the blame, the captain loses his spot. Okay, fine. But in a corporate job, like running a company or something, these CEOs are just being paid crazy amounts of money, and it doesn't make sense at all. There are lots of people who are critical of it. This creates a very, very imbalanced you know thing there in the office, it just what's the point? They also work for the same 8 hours, okay, and they have lots of people under them to take care of the matters. Why do they have to get that kind of salary? A normal person gets, let's say, 100 bucks, and the CEO gets $1 million. What's the point? What's the connection? The gap is too big, for the same 8 hours. I'm not saying they don't deserve more. They are more qualified, they have more experience, they have more responsibilities, they deserve a better salary, but the gap is a little too big. It's irrational, it's illogical.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So again,
Maybe.
again, you'll have to, I understand where you're coming from. You're saying they have more responsibilities. Okay, fair enough. But the kind of salary they get It cannot be justified, and it is a new trend. Okay, it is a trend that has developed in last 40, 50 years. Earlier it was not so. The gap between the top and the other people who worked was not that big. It has recently increased so much. So it is a cause of concern, and there are lots of unhappy people at work
So
because of this.
actually, these days also we get to see toxic work culture, which is quite trending these days.
Exactly, exactly. There are
Yeah.
videos about this as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, people, we are getting out of time. So let me say what we are going to do tomorrow. How I stay calm by people in stressful jobs. Okay, so maybe I should share with you this page. Gloria, we have a group here on Telegram. I can share with you. You can see here. We have this group, and I can put you here as well. Um, Sharing this page, and I'm gonna share an audio file 3.2. You guys are going to do these exercises on your own, and then when we meet tomorrow, we'll see. Okay? Fine. So let's
teacher.
end for today, and let's continue tomorrow, everyone. Bye bye. Take care of yourselves.
Bye, sir.
Right,
Night.
teacher.
Have a
And
nice
sir,
day, Pankaj.
also, please share the
I
today's
will. I will. I will.
class recording.